Good morning, everyone. Here is your fun fact of the day. Why do we still implement daylight savings time? What is that about? Why do we think that if we move an hour from this part of the day and put it elsewhere, some other part of the day and another part of the year, that we get more time, more daylight? Why? Before you even attempt to say it's for the farmers, it's not for the farmers. It's not. This was actually invented by the Germans in World War I as an attempt to save fuel. Just back then when electricity wasn't as common and people were still burning a lot of fuel oil and coal, and that was used for electricity. So if we try to adjust when people are awake more or asleep more, they'll use less electricity and therefore they'll burn less fuel. Not really the case though, especially when we actually did modern analysis to find out just how this got affected. By making it darker during some parts of the day when people are going to be awake anyway, we'd use more electricity in today's society, especially with all of the things that we have that use electricity. We lose that energy in the winter anyway. That little bit of margin we might actually gain by this adjustment is completely lost during the winter. Winter, we use so much more electricity, so much more energy, just because of how dark it is, that this is negligible, and daylight savings does not give us any more benefit to it. Besides that, it's a hassle to keep changing clocks, because non-internet connected clocks do not adjust for daylight savings automatically. And yes, these kinds of analog clocks do still exist. There's one on the shelf right there. There's another one on the desk right over there. I have several in my house, and I'm not the only one. Additionally, it's just a ruiner of schedules. People are actually used to, after a few months sleeping during a relatively given portion of the day, and then all of a sudden it's moved by an entire hour. It throws people off. People get late to things, people get early to things, sometimes important things. I imagine somebody's actually gotten fired because they were late to their shift when daylight savings sprang forward, and they forgot to adjust their analog clocks accordingly. It happens. I'm very sure it happens. But we still do this. Why? It's not for the farmers. It's not. If you know why this daylight savings time still exists and makes sense to continue doing, please let me know. Comment. Send me a message. Something. I am curious and legitimately just annoyed that this is still perpetuated as a necessary thing, when in reality I think we're just too lazy to adjust the whole system as it is. I really don't think it would be that difficult. Granted, I'm not a computer programmer, so I can't really tell you how difficult it would be to change something like an operating system component that says, oh yeah, adjust for daylight savings on these dates, reset all the times and stuff. It could be relatively easily done, just step by step, but I think we just don't want to undertake those steps. If you know otherwise, please let me know. Thank you for joining me for this fun fact of the day. See you again soon.